has turned into a soggy evening and overnight across the area, and it's clear that the rain is still coming down at Salisbury, the city of Salisbury Skycam. And looking out at Ocean Pines, some rain's in progress as well. Some of the heavier rain is relegated to around this area at around Worcester County, and we've seen a few lightning strikes. Hopefully we can get a lightning strike within this view. I guess not, which just proved that the lightning density has overall dwindled with this complex starting to weaken. Temperatures are in the 70s right now with rain in progress. And as stated at the top of the show, we did see some vivid lightning with this complex, especially towards the midshore. But as the complex moved further east, the lightning density kind of dwindled, except for parts of Worcester County, which is an indication that the complex has weakened. So in other words, the severe threat with this complex has dwindled after having a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of the midshore and into Sussex County. So right now it's just kind of a blob of light to moderate rainfall out there with pockets of heavier rain, especially towards the Ocean Pines area. So this is kind of where the most impressive rain is, and even then it's starting to look less impressive with just a few lightning strikes out there. So a weakening trend over there. Got a few downpours across coastal Kent County as well. But right now we still have some flash flood warnings in effect. Still, this goes into effect until 2:15 p.m. This flash flood warning in northern Dorchester County, and then that flash flood warning around the Seaford area expires at 2:15 a.m. Rainfall estimated totals at around 1 to as much as close to 4 inches of rainfall in some spots over the past 6 hours, and around the greater Seaford area, close to 5 inches estimated rainfall when you combine with the thunderstorm that hit this same area a few hours ago and the rainfall that came through within the past hour or so. So that's why those flash flood warnings are in place right now. So definitely a lot of rain, but this should be the worst of it. I think we get a nice break in the overnight. There could be a little bit of rain later on in the overnight, but it won't be as prolific as what we have been seeing for the past hour or so, all driven by this warm front, which is slowly lifting away from our region. So we'll keep with the humid air mass in place for tomorrow, along with hot conditions, because I will think it will be fairly sunny out there. And then the cold front out west will be moving through later in the day tomorrow. And with that cold front moving through, while the threat is very isolated, a thunderstorm could reach severe limits if one matures enough. But I think it's a very isolated threat, and I think most of the day should be on a mostly sunny note. You'll see how that plays out on Futurecast. Here's the scene for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures rising into the lower 90s. And again, not really enthusiastic with the storm coverage, but some of our high-resolution computer models still say yes, there could be an isolated cell out there. And one of those cells, if they mature enough, could produce a localized damaging wind gust. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. But with that front moving through, we're going to see that lowering in humidity throughout the day on Monday. So for the first half of Monday, it could be a fairly humid go of it, dropping throughout the day. And then for Tuesday and even into Wednesday, the humidity levels will be comfortable for late July standards before an increase in both the humidity and the heat by the end of this week. So temperatures 71 to 76 degrees with some downpours and maybe a few rumbles of thunder out there. Generally, though, otherwise a partly cloudy sky. 88 to 93 degrees tomorrow, so it will be hot and humid, and because of the humidity in place, feels like temperatures could approach 100 degrees out there. And again, the chance for an isolated thunderstorm during the afternoon. Weather turns really nice. Cooler temperatures, lower humidity Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday before an increase in temperatures and humidity by the end of this week. But right now, it does look dry, Renell.